Get off me. Get off my lawn. What are you doing? Hold on. Tell you what, people. You listen to your instincts. No matter what them instincts tell you, I always want you to do two things. First of all, you gotta think for yourself. And third, well, hunka-dong-dang, folks. I think it's in the description. This is a drawing I started earlier today. I forget what the name of it is, but let's just reckon ourselves into a great reckoning. How about them apples? We've got so many problems. We've got so many problems to share. We've got so many problems. We've got so many problems to share. We've got so many problems. We've got so many problems to share. We've got so many problems. We've got so many problems to share. Goodbye, beware. So many problems. You've got so many problems to share. We've got so many problems. We've got so many problems to share. Goodbye. Used up all your luck. Up and down is up. And you really don't give a fuck where you're going from or where you're coming to. So many problems. We've got 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 so many problems. So many problems. All right, folks. Welcome to the Art Club Academy. Yeah, if you're watching, you're hired. I think we can all agree. Anyways, that was a song I made up a long time ago. In a fit of fury, sadness, and rage. In that order, I think. But yeah. I do like some of those chords. Shit. It's kind of hard playing in this little. I have a table, piece of paper in front of me, and my guitar on my lap. What else could anybody ask for? How about them apples? Does anybody have any apples? If you wouldn't mind sending me some. I got a cut on my hand this morning from my house, and then I got this. You can kind of see it right there too. Big old slit. The joys of moving into a house and having paper thin skin. I'm like the guy Glass Man from Unbreakable, Samuel L. Jackson's character. Mr. Glass, this summer, watch the comedy that everyone's calling hilarious. Mr. Glass. When he walks, he breaks. That's terrible. But somehow I think people would flock to the theaters to see that. The funniest movie this side of the Mississippi Delta. Mr. Glass! Jesus. I really am tearing my throat apart for y'all. I can bring this down a little bit more too. And then maybe get out of that shadow a little bit. Bring you right into the pocket there. Oh my gosh, there's people commenting? What? Nobody ever comments on my stuff. Like, ever, except for earlier today. Hold on, let me look. Let me see if I can get my tablet. And see. Oh, hold on. Get off my lawn. Sorry, folks, 1 second. Hold that thought. I have a lisp, so if I say applesauce, you know, it sounds like I'm praying to some, like, ancient god. Ancient Thoth. Thoth, anyways. Come on now. Okay. 1 second. Okay. Hi, Jordan. Jowl? That's a sweet and interesting thing to say. And then Savage Fox, hello. Hello to all my friends. I was writing a song, and it was called Can Everybody Just Get Along, Get Along, Get Along. And then I thought about that cartoon that I used to watch as a kid, and it was called the Get Along Gang. And I think it went like, the Get Along Gang, Get Along Gang, Get Along Gang, and get along little doggy. Like that, like a dachshund or something. Long little doggy now, I'll do it right again. Get a long little doggy jacket and put it on that dog, my friend. Or a kitty, if it's long, like a dog. Maybe a dachshund. Don't call them wiener dogs anymore, that's so 1984. Little long dogs everywhere. Long dogs in my hair. Oh, little long dogs. Get it, long little doggy. All right. I'm sure that rocked a few feathers. How's everybody doing out there tonight? I was just out checking the irrigation, making sure it was flowing to all the fields and going where the uncle tends to steal the water with my big stick every once in a while. Just tell him that, you know, not everybody this side of the Mississippi Delta is afraid of him. And then I come in back and I just start drawing up a frenzy. Yep. And I hit my guitar every chance I get. Slam Piece is a band from Portland, Oregon. I don't know if you're curious about that or not. But yeah, there's just a band from Oregon, I guess. A band from Oregon. I like to draw. It reminds me of the times when I was a kid where I never even got to be a kid. Where I had to sneak it in where I could. The light was really bad. By the time I got to a certain age and realized how important it was to have good lighting and stuff, it was already too late. I was going blind. See, there was like 30 people watching, and now there's 5 and 7. Oh, and so you guys are the best. Just so you know, you make me feel special, and I appreciate the company. It could be anybody. Usually it's 0, and I just have the company of the critters inside of my noggin. You know, but I like to say I appreciate all of you out there, who's critters from another. I always call them critter from another litter, instead of the saying brother from another mother. Even though I say brother from another like that, and nobody ever gets to. You haven't showed. It's like having a showdown at noon. You even gotta get some skin in the game. Not around me. I do 2 things pretty well. And one of them is drawn. Let's just say that. I don't even know what the heck the other one is yet. Can't really put it into words. It's more cosmic than anything. You see, friends, I've been here before, and I think you know what I'm talking about. We've all been here before. You feel that, right? You feel that in the air. There's something in the water, friends, telling us we've all been here before. We've all done this before. It's like recycling our little lives, our little eyes. Our hive minds, I guess. I don't even know who knows anymore. But the hollow moon theory is in full effect this year. I can tell you that much. I won't say much more than that because I think you know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you don't, well, all you gotta do is tune in and figure it out for yourselves. But I'll tell you everything you need to know. But just figure it out for yourself first. That's the only freedom a person really has in this life, is to make up their own mind. But if you want to be told, just let me know, because I will tell you. It's all right there. It's all just written in stone. But seriously, just think for yourself. But I'll tell you if you want. Just think for yourself first, though. Don't make me tell you. You think for yourself first, and then if you get lost, let me tell you. And then we can have fun and go out and watch movies and all sorts of weird shit. I didn't mean to cuss, but I think it was appropriate under these circumstances. Well, I fly my eagle at noon in Kalamazoo. I think I was saving that one for you, Savage. Hey, Jordan, you ever think to yourself, what in the world am I getting up to, and where have I been? Where have I been all my life? You ever get that? You ever think about that, Jordan? I know you do. Well, I do, and I know you do, too. Wish I had my harmonica right here. I would sing you something. Let me see what I got. Where is that darn thing? Where is my harmonica when I want it so much? My harmonica. Whoa. See if I can do this. This one's for all of my friends. Come and go. They all came from somewhere else, and now there's just us. Well, let me see what this says. Jordan, it didn't like that. It didn't like that, Jordan. But I loved it. Hold on a moment. Gotta tighten the grip. When in doubt, tighten the grip. You know. What they say about that. I'll try to get it closer so you can actually see it. That way I can do this accent much better. Alright, hold still. Oh, got it right. Isn't that how English people talk? Mama's on the windowsill, Sybil's counting out her pills. Mama's thinking she's no good for anyone. Royal fields are in my lap. I clap my hands to keep them back. I'm measuring my backyard. My brother's got the urge to kill. Ashley keeps him from the field. They're living day beyond day. They're living in the land of 2000. Heaven drills on God's green earth. The animals hurry for the dirt. They're digging way downtown. Ow. Sorry about that. I don't know where. I don't know why. I don't know where. But I know that there used to be a song. And that song was in my head. When the song came out, it reminded me that anything, absolutely anything, was possible. In this life, all we have is each other, mates. Sometimes you've got to prove it. And that's where we come in. Artists. We're like the glue, the cement, that keep us all bloody together, us heathens. Us miracle workers. Lifesavers. I like lifesavers. I wish I had one right now. I've got the minty ones, but I don't like those so much. I want the flavorful ones. The fruity ones. You know, if I'm gonna talk like this, I want a fruity one. What's wrong with that? Nothing wrong with that. Oh gosh. Why does it feel so guilty for saying that out loud? That's just not right. Lean Scabs comes to mind when I do that accent now. Mr. Scabs? Right? Mr. Scabs, what did you have for breakfast this morning? Who's asking me that? What? Doesn't matter. It's the thought that counts, friends. And the fact that I can't read. Comments, let's see. Anybody got any questions? Why did Wiggly Tooth? Hi. Why did Wiggly Tooth? Why? Why? Is that a joke? I don't, Wiggly Tooth. Are you talking about my teeth? Or are you talking about your teeth? Or your tooth? Do you have dreams about your teeth, Jordan? About your teeth falling out? Being brittle? I always think it's like peanut brittle, like crumbling in my mouth. And then I wake up and I thank God I still have that, at least the teeth that I have in my fucking head. I'm missing my front tooth. For reasons unknown. Not for reasons unknown. I'm watching Alien. I was just watching Aliens right before. Like, hey, Team Quack. Team Kitty Quack, Kitty Quack attack, that you're joking, but Quack attack. Quack attack is in the house. Hold on, let me find my blouse. That's not a rat, that's a mouse. Where's the cat? Oh my God, it's in the house somewhere else. They're calling from the basement. They're calling from the basement. I wish I was that talented to just have like a whole setup. I'm actually recording from my new house out in the country. I'm out in the country now, friends. And there was like literal deer just outside my door a few minutes ago, just grazing on the side of this like grassy knoll that I live on the side of. It's like insane. It's like freaking Bambi out here. I keep, I'm seeing like Thumper like riding a fucking turtle across the finish line where they're all having a little animal race and shit down there with Gandalf and everybody. I don't even know. It's crazy. It's beautiful out here though. The owl swoops in like, "Who are you all doing? And what are you all doing here? Who are you all?" "You're supposed to be knowledgeable. You're supposed to know who we are," says the rabbit, as he scampers away, the little bastard. But it's entertaining, to say the least. Bluetooth on top of my mouth. I like the way you think, Jordan. I have to say. Okay, let's do this. Let's connect that right there. Let me just give you an example of how I connect stuff. I can't go any lower than that. That's ridiculous. Hold on a second, friends. I'm gonna try to go lower. Hold your Bluetooth. There we go. Something like that. Right? Is that okay? Is that better? Why can't I pronounce words correctly? Correct me if I'm wrong, but am I being ask me no more questions, tell me no more lies? My mom used to sing us this song when we were kids, and she forgot how the lyrics went. And I said it was like a play on words, and the whole song was just like this weird riddle thing that just could go on forever. Kind of like that one song, same or second verse, same as the first. I'm the Henry the Eighth, I am. Yeah, that one. That's a weird ass song. They play that on the frickin' radio. Y'all know that? Henry the Eighth. It's like the weirdest frickin' song, and they play that on the radio. It's just strange. It's just gross. Makes me mad and happy. That's right. All right, here we are, together, all of us. I'm just drawing little lines on a piece of paper, and I'm hoping that they turn into something grander than what it was before, which was nothing. This page was nothing before this morning, and now it's something at least, right? I mean, it's in a tablet. It's in an empty tablet, so it might as well be something inside of a tablet. Even if it's just one thing, it's something, right? Yeah. What I'm trying to say, friends, is never be afraid. Don't ever be afraid to put something onto some. Never be afraid to. Hold on a second. Let me get the cue card, kid. Hold up the cue card, buddy. There you go. How old are you, boy? 12. You're 12 years old. Oh, that's great. Next time, hold the cue card up. I'm gonna cut your goddamn fingers off. Oh my gosh, really? Just kidding, buddy. I'm just joshing ya. Hold the cue card up, boy. Thank you. I'm his mother, and I would just shut the hell up, or you're out too, you fancy pants. All right, hold on, friends. I've got a score to settle here. Trying to do too much at once. I should really let the producers do their thing. I'm sorry. Lo siento, friends. All right, I was thinking about making a beak over here somewhere, so turning this into a freaking bird's head, because it just kind of looks like a bird's head. If I put a beak out there. Anyways, I think that's totally wrong. Look at the goddamn part. It's like I have never watched an episode of Squid Games. I actually don't even watch television, and I don't even know. To be honest, to be quite liable, and to be quite dishonest, I don't even. Jordan, are you listening? I don't even know what a television is anymore. I mean, I get the idea. Yeah, I get the picture, pun intended. But like, I just I don't even know what it is anymore, bro. It's like what? What is it doing for me, dude? I'm so beyond that freaking that chain, that ball and chain, bro. Caught my first tube this morning. I go surfing now, dude. I don't have to put up with the earthly chains of disruption and the conventional like wisdoms and the Squid Games and wait, are you talking about a TV show? Cause wait, what were we talking about? You're talking about a TV show. I thought we were literally talking about just like the Squid Games of life or it doesn't matter. Just ignore everything I just said. Go ahead and finish what you were gonna say. I'm listening. I'm I'm doing this. I'm doing this thing, man. I'm trying this new thing. It's called listening. I love you, bro. I'm here for you. I'm here to listen. Let it all out, dude. No, I don't think I've ever seen. I don't think I have ever seen an episode of Squid Games. Not because I'm against seeing it. It's just that when I think right, I got rid of Netflix and all those things around the same time about 3 years ago, and then man, there was this really cool show on. I think it was on one of the. It was on Hulu, I think. It was called Kingdom, and it was like a zombie thing. Oh my gosh, that was just one of the best shows ever. I love like like feudal, periods in like Korea and Japan and China. It's just like really fascinating stuff. And they did that show I mean, that show was remarkably well done. I'm sure Squid Games is awesome too. I mean, there's got to be a reason why it's so popular. I don't think I've ever seen it. I get the gist, but I have never seen an episode. And then I actually got on Max something or whatever just so I could watch the Mushroom Show. Well, Last of Us. Last of Us? Yeah. I almost said Left of Us. Like Left of Us. What the hell? Yeah, dude, that's extreme left. You don't want to go there, bro. I don't know about Squid Games. Want to tell you all about it. There's green light, red light. There's cookies and everything. You don't get everything right, you die. It's really scary. You watch the movie. Yes. Is that is that what you really sound like, Jordan? That's how I imagine you sound like. Well, I for one just think it sounds brilliant. The way you describe it, it just sounds delicious, and it makes me downright hungry. Everybody, y'all should come over and eat some biscuits. I made some fresh biscuits, and I want y'all to have some. Don't forget, they really give you cotton mouth, so you might want to drink some water or bring your own milk, or I can supply some water too at a cost. Just for you and your kids. Okay, I don't know why I'm giggling like that after everything I say, but I'm doing it because I think I love you. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Red light, green light. Uh-uh. Nope, I don't know how it's played or anything. Like I said, I've never seen an episode. I don't watch earthly shows. I only watch um uh extra and other work. I guess I watch earthly shows, but not. I don't watch Squid Games. That's all. No, like I said, nothing against it. There's only so much time in the day, and I've got all of those times covered. Most of the time with my own. Now it's weird because I don't really. Yeah, once I got rid of Netflix and all those things a while ago, and then I think I probably still have Max because it comes with my phone plan or something like that, or at least a version of it does. And I never use it because I only ever watch stuff on YouTube, and I I try to watch stuff that's gonna stimulate my mind. And to be honest, like any show I ever watch anymore, like I went and saw Nosferatu in the theater, and I thought it was really good and everything, but holy fuck, it was long. Like I could have done without the length. I'm sorry, I don't give how long your movie is. Plus, to be honest, I wasn't. Everybody's just blown away by that movie, I'm not. I wasn't blown away by it like everybody else was. And I I was more blown away by the fucking love seat that I was sitting in. Like, god damn, the movie theaters are like they have comfortable seats now. But don't get me wrong, it was a good flick and it was well done. But it wasn't. I don't know. I think there's just something wrong with me where I'm just not impressed by anything anymore. And there were just scenes in it, in my opinion, because I don't know. I'm a pretty big deal when it comes to making movies. I mean, I have a good opinion. I have a good eye. You know, I think in a couple lives ago, I was a cinematographer, probably in the 1700s, whatever, something like that. Whatever, when movies were actually good. um, you know, whatever. I'm not trying to say I'm better than anybody, but I'm usually better than everybody else around me and stuff. So I don't know, I'm just used to that kind of stuff. It's not a big deal. Everybody else is just so like trying to prove that I'm not as big of a deal as I am. Like when you put that movie out, I'm just like, really gonna do that? And he was like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, okay. And then he did and won some shit. Everybody thought it was great. I'm just like, whatever. It's kind of long. And everybody's like, oh, you know what I mean? You have your own phone, Jordan? Jordan, do you ever wear Jordans? Like Air Jordans? Or does anybody ever call you Air? Would it be okay if I called you Airbud? Can I call you Airbud? Airbud. Woof, woof. Airbud. I don't think that works. That's not a joke that fits in here. That's quite dated. I would say that's dated. What was that movie? When did the first one come out? Airbud. What was it? I'm guessing 1991. Back when dog movies were quite popular, because Beethoven had just come out and won some quite big Academy Awards. People pulled some strings out of dogs' anuses, and everybody won some Oscars. Oscar Mayer winners, everybody. Bring it home for dinner tonight. Brought to you by Oscar. Oscar Mayer. Sorry, everybody, I have to do that commercial every so often just to pay for the bills, you know. I appreciate you sticking around. It's a hot dog commercial. I do what I can. I do what I can. And you would too. Shit, man, I got 5 mouths to feed. I thought you had 6. Shit, man. You got me. Total Recall, 1990. One of the best movies ever made. Snuck into it. Movie theater about 10 times to watch that shit. When I lived in Davis, California. Crazy. The times we shared back then. Isn't that right, Jordan? You were there. Wait, how old are you, Jordan? I'm a kid, actually. I have my own phone plan and everything. You have your own phone plan? Yes, I do. Wow. Yeah, are you British? No, why? You just sound kind of like you're. You sound British. You sound like you're. No, 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 not British. Then what? Where are you from? I'm from Washington State. Why are you talking like that then? I don't get it. Because I want to. Yeah, good answer. Yeah. Think for yourself. That's what I would say. You know, just don't be a bully about it. Right, now shut the hell up and draw something else now. I'm having fun drawing this right now. You bloke, don't be talking back to me. Just draw something else. Everybody wants to see something else now. I don't. I just want to keep drawing on this. I just said not, don't be a bully and put bushy and stuff. Well, this is my time now. You got to brush up and shut the fuck up. You can't get out, you know. You're not a bloke, no. I don't see what I'm like. What are you saying? I can't even keep up with you. Somebody go over there. No. Over. Oh, you're back to saying over now. Are you the British Terry? You little son of a gun. Giving me the feels. Does everybody remember what that was like? When you were a kid and you used to steal a candy bar or a comic book from aisle 3 in Albertsons? Man, back when they had comic books and in grocery stores, you know, those were the days. That was like 1987, just for one day. It was just one day in 1987. But that was, you know, it was a good day. It was a good day. And that's why, and then like there was an Australian kid who was there that day, and then he went back to Australia, and he started saying the good day thing to everybody, and it just caught on like wildfire. And I probably have some Australian friends watching, and they would agree. Good Day started in 1988. It just, you know, it worked its way south, and then over to Antarctica, and then up to Australia. And that's why if you go to Antarctica, you're going to find some people like indigenous to Australia that used to live in Antarctica and build shelters and all sorts of cool stuff in the trees and all sorts of like igloos and like crocodile tears and all sorts of stuff. It's so frick rad. Who would have thought? And we could all just get along and just like hang out in the trees like little crocodile tiered Australian outback homies. What else do I got to say to get you guys' attention? I mean, That's exactly right. Love is in the air. That's true. It's true. Appreciate that, Jordan. I really appreciate you. I hadn't thought about that in years. So, Jordan, I want you to leave. Jordan, I have no idea what you're on about. But let me tell you this, mate. I'll never tell you to leave, right? I would never tell you to leave. And get this either. I'll never tell you to stay. I'll never, ever try to influence you either way, mate. And that choice is quite rightly left up to you, mate. Like I said, the only true freedom we have in this life is to make up our own minds. And I've already made up my mind that I would never, ever tell anybody. What did you just say? Get the hell out of here. Leave my channel right now. I'm just kidding. Nope, I'm being honest. If I've got to be honest, might as well lie about it. That's what I always say, or do I? Right? 2 can play at that game, maybe 3. Who knows? Maybe all of us can win an Oscar. And I'm not talking about the hot dog no more, Jordan. I'm talking about a Grammy. I'm talking about embracing the absurd, the serenity, the dissolvification of reality, Jordan. And everybody listening or watching. Just watch, lay back and listen to the sounds of dissolvification coming out my mouth. For 10 cents an hour. Please. I've got a patron. 10 cents an hour, friends. For a cup of coffee. For the price of a cup of coffee from 1910, you can afford to, just put me to college. 10 cents a day for the rest of your life and I can go to college. Perhaps some kind of grade school, right? Maybe I can learn how to count to 3. Still can't, but I still can try. And I think that's the spirit, right, mate? That's what it's all about, mate. Yes, right. Yep. Right. Alright. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's turn this frown upside down. Oh, look at that. Look at that little face, right? You see the face? Good, because I don't. I kind of do. Yeah, kind of do. Right? Nope. If you can't keep yourself motivated, if you can't keep it straight up in your noggin, well, you got to find out another way to do it, mate. And you got to find friends out there willing to take a risk. And if you can't find those friends, you've got to become, well, a risk taker. Let's just say that, huh? You've got to take the risks yourself. Ain't nobody gonna teach you how to do it. Ain't nobody gonna show you how to do it. You just gotta do it. And that's why art comes naturally to me. I love a good adventure. Hello, B. Hello, B. How the bloody hell are you? Do you know why I'm talking like this? Because I sure as hell do. Is this some kind of British holiday today? Yeah, bloody Brits, everybody, bloody holiday, everybody, blah, blah, blah. Something like that. If I'm right, or if I'm wrong, I don't want to be right. Not quite sure what I'm on about, but, you know, you get the gist. The jiffy. I'm just drawing some kind of thing right here. Trying to impress y'all. Been trying to keep it at a steady 5. Cinco is my grade. When I was in grade school, I went to grade school for about 3 days. And this was back in 1976. It was the worst day of my life, but it lasted 3. And for 3 days, friends, I was just absolutely terrified of everything. And I, I didn't like being graded. That was it. I didn't like being graded. Yeah. And I didn't go back until I was about 37 years old. And that's when I got my grade school degree. Or kids north of Antarctica, you tend to call them diplomas. Well, I got mine. I got mine at the Antarctic Subterfuge Penguin Academy. It was full of lepers, Christians, the devils, and lots of penguins, to be honest. And they bite, those little bastards. They bite. And they bite hard. But it's good motivation. It keeps you going. Keeps the blood going. Keeps your brain boiling. Boiling brains all around makes you quite hungry, actually. Because you've got to work harder in the snow, when you walk. You've really got to trudge through it, and your thighs become bigger than if you ever used a thigh master in all your life. It's the best way to get, quite fit. But then you got to get new boots because you don't fit into the old ones because your thighs are so large and they've grown so bloody much. I think we can all agree, friends, that we all want bigger thighs. In the end, that's all we really want, is bigger thighs. Because it comes with that. Bigger eyes. That's right. Nobody looks at thighs with little eyes. Everybody's eyes get bigger when they look at big thighs, right? It's just science. It's more like looking out into the cosmos and demanding more, right? It's like delving into your own soul. Reaching in through your mouth. Pulling out that bloody devil. Really just sucking it right out of the body. Throwing it down on the ground. As it tries to slither away, you grab it by the tail. And you really just slam it around. As hard as you can against preferably some kind of brick wall. Maybe a rock face. Or just the ground if you got one. Preferably frozen ground, but it doesn't have to be frozen. Just gotta be solid. Fairly solid. So you can really rough the bastard up. And that's how you tame the soul. Then you can get on it and ride it all day. You can ride off into the sunset after that. No one would even bat an eye because they wouldn't see the goddamn thing. They would just see you running off into the fucking sunset like a bloody nilly. Preferably not bloody. Because that would cause more attention. I don't like saying draw attention because then I start drawing attention as I'm drawing. It's quite distracting. Wouldn't you say? Hey, Jordan. Where'd you go? I've been just sitting here talking about you this whole time. We were just wondering, hey, where did Jordan go? And then somebody said, if he was in the cupboard, you would know, and we all started laughing. And then the kids in the other school came over and challenged me to a gunfight. Yeah, in the alley. It was a paper gunfight. They were just paper guns. And everybody else had paper airplanes, and they threw them in the air, me and him, and we had paper gunfights. And I gave him a paper cut on his shoulder, and then we called it a day. My name today was Jeremiah Johnson, paper gunfighter. I was the chosen one, Jordan. You were the chosen one, too. But we didn't know where you were. And so Johnny Do-Good stepped in. I have to tell you that Johnny's dead now. Johnny's dead now because of you, Jordan. I would just say he's dead in the eyes. He didn't really die or anything like that. Well, what? I thought you said he was dead. No. He's like dead-eyed. It's like nothing there, but he's totally fine. He just needs a minute. Oh. Okay, well, Jordan, he's not dead, but he's dead. He's dead-eyed? Yeah, dead-eyed. Look at him. Look at his eyes. Oh my God. Yeah, his eyes. They're just dead. His eyes are dead. Yeah, they're dead eyes. Seriously, yeah. I don't know why. That's what they look like. I never have seen eyes so dead in all my life. But other than that, he looks perfectly fine. No, he's fine. Okay. No. I stand corrected. But the penguins still really do bite. And I'm telling you right now, Jordan, I don't even want to talk about it. It's not worth it. Plus, if you say their names 3 times, they come out of the ice and they peck you in the butt. It's not worth it, Jordan. It's not worth the risk. A little burn again. Oh, B, that question is the best. Do you know how to do Russian? I don't think they roll their R's quite so much. Russian. I could probably learn it. I didn't even know I could do a British. I can't really do a British accent for very long before it starts turning into like West Virginian and stuff. I just realized that I can actually sing like a country western singer, like I could really bring it up like this. You know this? You know that sound when you're going up on the hill and you look down over the valley and you see your little sheep out there, and there's your dog running after them, protecting them from some big bad kind of like werewolf looking thing, and it's trying to run off under the moon with one of your sheeples. And you look back up in the canyon and you think, my God, that could have been me or one of my peeps. So then you go down there with your silver bullet gun and you take that little son of a bitch out. There's no time for werewolves on my watch, friends. And this is a song about it. Werewolves in the canyon, werewolves at home, werewolves in the shower. Mama, 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 yeah. All right. Werewolves, where'd you go? Mama, 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 where did you go? We're all from the country. Country fire, yeah. Going to the country. Dodging werewolves at my left and right. Just back in the country. I don't know where I was going. Oh shit. I don't know where I was going with that one. It definitely turned into more of a less yodeling and more modeling, I would say, or grodling. There is a word called grodel. Did you know that? Hello, Jordan. Where were you? Okay, guys. We've really got to get serious here. I've got to finish this drawing by 8 o'clock. What time is it? Oh my god, it's 8:22. Great. Well, I'm late. They said that they would come knocking. They said they would come knocking at around 8, you know, if it was like any later than 8:22, they would come knock. Huh? Who's there? Oh yeah, Storie, this is Terry. What? You finished with the drawing? It just sounds like me, like, looking the other way and plugging up, like, the right-hand side of my nose a little bit. What? Can you prove that it's actually you? No. Over. Oh, it's definitely you. You're the only one that ever says over. The door's locked. Sorry. I'm with my friends. I have alibis. I'm groaning. Oh, okay. I guess I'll come back later. Over. You don't have to say over. Okay, bye. Over. Dang it, he has me saying over now. Son of a... Emily. Gee, that was a good question. Plus, I don't know, like trying to speak Russian, it just seems it not speak Russian, but trying to fake do the accent or whatever. It just seems more. I don't. There's something about it that just seems dangerous. You know. I'm on Emily. I'm on my ninth life, um, and I want to live to see at least 2 more years. 2 more years, and I'll be happy. But I have to be careful with the accents I choose. This is why you would never hear me do a. Oh, I know. That's right. Exactly. Um, a moon accent. There are things I can only allude to on this channel. I'm not allowed to tell you the whole truth and nothing but the truth, but I will tell you this: there are people on the fucking moon, and their accent is so cute, and I really want to share it. But if I did that, CIA would be literally knocking on my door, like with every chance they got. I mean, I'm saying, oh, hello? This is the CIA. Let us in, please. Terry, that's you again. Oh shit, over. You son of a... Gosh, he can't fool me. I actually thought that was the CIA too. Just for a second. Okay. Now I'm gonna flip it this way. Look at all those likes. That's so... I like seeing that. That's really nice. Thank you for the likes. I didn't even notice that there were so many. That must have been from when I was doing those kickflips earlier with my ninja katana swords. It was really impressive. Unfortunately, I didn't have the camera facing me, but everybody heard what I was doing, and I still think that's where I got all those likes. So I still pretty much deserve them all. I'll have to do it again, but I have to practice now. I can only do it once, and I have to like take a break and practice for about three months or something. So I'll have to try it again in 3 months for everybody. In the meantime, enjoy the drawing, and I made some tea if anybody wants some. It's in the corner with a disclaimer on it, just in case. I do appreciate the company. Just drawing little limbs reaching around. What do limbs do? They reach. And just one back there for starters. You know what I really want to watch? I want to watch the first episode of Walking Dead. I remember when that show came out. It was, I think it was it was October of 2010. I lived in Boise, Idaho, and I was up late, and I watched it. And they played it like twice in a row or something like that for the people that didn't see it the first time or something. And I remember being so blown away by it. My brother was at work. He worked at a gas station that was a 24/7 gas station, so he was at a graveyard shift. So he totally missed the show, and we're like both pretty big horror movie enthusiasts, him especially. And I felt guilty because I got to watch it not only once but twice in one night. And I think that was a time before you could even like watch things longer than 10 minutes on YouTube. 2010, something like that. Or that was when it started changing. But remember that first episode is just so freaking cool. There's so many directions I wish that they could have gone with it, but then they lost the director after the first season. That's why it got all weird after that. Those other guys took over and they just like kind of didn't know what to do with it, and their budget was taken away from them too. So they were forced to like just use the same sets or like the same locations for long periods of time instead of what I would love to have seen was them on the road more and dealing, because they did get into that, but it wasn't enough. I wanted to see, because there was this part where they finally got, after the prisoner, they all got connected again or something, and then it just jumps ahead like months or something where they're like hunting together and they're like a tight group. I want to see them right after the apocalypse, going through like all of the crazy. I mean, it technically they did, but just faster and going through more things and going to different places, and because the zombie apocalypse, it couldn't have gotten everywhere, especially those zombies. The zombies are so slow. I don't care what you say. The slow zombie like that, I'm taking over the world. I wouldn't be a Negan, but like, I'd be taking over the world. That's the kind of zombie apocalypse I'd be okay with having too. Not the ones like from Return of the Living Dead or 28 weeks later, where they're freaking like running out 28 days later, whatever it is, where they're just like sprinting at you. I guess. Yeah, no. I remember like the original Dawn of the Dead is so funny because the zombies are just so freaking slow that literally they can just like walk up to them and like push them with their chest, like chest bump them, and they just knock them over. But then like but that's the cool thing about them and like zombies back then is their power in numbers. Then eventually, if you get too cocky, they just overpower you and you can't escape, and then they'll take you out. But I remember, I was raised on those Romero movies, and then Return of the Living Dead. And Return of the Living Dead is the punk rock one from the 80s, and it's just so freaking rad. And I love how when I was a kid, I guess I just took that movie for granted. It wasn't until I became more knowledgeable with zombies and everything as I got older and more of a fan or something, like a geek about it, that I was like, yeah, that's right. That was like the first time zombies ran was in the Return of the Living Dead, and they were craving brains. That was the first time brains was like a thing, like brains. Because before that, they just ate flesh and shit, and shit stuff, whatever. But Return of the Living Dead is really cool. There's so many like lines from that movie that I still say to this day. If you haven't seen it, you should see it. It's called Return of the Living Dead, the first one. I think of it. It was written by this guy named Dan O'Bannon, and Dan. I want to say that he actually wrote the screenplay for Alien as well, or he had a hand in. I think it was Alien. Talented writer. It's so quiet where I live right now. It's just like the silence is just so loud. Not that my other house was like super loud, but I at least heard cars and traffic a lot because we lived by a big, busy road, sort of. But I just literally, this is my second night in my new place, and it's kind of trippy. And I went and got propane, and now I have hot water. It's like it's like I'm camping all the time or something. It's kind of cool. And I go outside, and it's just the most beautiful thing, most beautiful scenery. And there's a bunch of stones. I shaped them outside as like walkways and around like little paths and stuff. Because I want to be able to go outside and just breathe, look at the stars. I like landscaping actually. I didn't know how much I liked it. I forgot how much I liked it until today actually. Just working with soil. And this morning I was clearing out this little area where I made like this little Stonehenge thing, and then I'm pretty darn sure I cut a lizard in half, like a little cute little lizard, and I feel so terrible. But then I couldn't tell if I could see his um head or not before. I almost didn't want to look too hard because I didn't want to think about how if I hurt him or not. But his tail was beautiful. Like the very tip of it was like super blue. That's how I noticed him. It was just this little thing walking away with legs, and the tip of it was just like dipped in paint, almost like bright blue. It was the most insane thing. But I'm not a big. I'm one of those people who have a really hard time hurting anything at all, let alone helpless little lizards. If I could help it, I would never hurt anybody or anything for the rest of my life. But I'm a human, and I know I'm going to, unfortunately. But I try not to. I used to not care so much when I was younger, but now I've learned. I've learned a little bit more. I need to drink some liquid. I don't know what that was. Oh, but it wasn't liquid. It wasn't liquid. Just kidding. Well, I step outside, I run and hide, because I love you in the morning time. It's always dark in my heart, unless you're by my side. Everybody tells me to run back for the hills. No one ever stopped to think I guess my life was still. Cause I love you. 1, 2, 3, I do. Cause I love you. ABC with when I'm with you. Something just, every once in a while, something just comes over you. I like this paper. It's easy to draw on. It's quite fun. So now I live out in the woods. And I live next to, I think I've said this before, but I live by some wineries and like vineyards. Like as I'm driving out of the dirt road that I live on, there's all these like acres of like vineyards and stuff where at the end of this year, around October, they're gonna be harvesting them and stuff, and it's gonna be all crazy. And the other night I heard what sounded like a concert or something like that coming from one of the wineries. There's like they're huge. There's a bunch of them. And where I live, it's just kind of like tucked back behind like a few of them. And earlier, like I said, there was a bunch of deer out there just right outside my house, just hanging out on the little hillside, and no one's gonna bother them. It's just kind of nice, and it's very peaceful, and I'm super, super grateful for it. And I was like so happy when I finally, because I haven't had hot water yet since I've been here, and I went and got the propane tank filled today, and I heard I was doing a little research and like I was asking to like the guy that lived here before me questions and stuff, and I think he said like one tank lasts probably like a couple months maybe or a month, but like when I got back from the thing, I hooked it up and I turned the water heater switch on, and about an hour later I was trying the water and I wasn't getting hot water, and I was all bummed out. And then about an hour later I turned the hot water on to wash my hands, and it came on hot really fast, and it was very hot. So the water heater really works, and I was like, "Oh my God, I have hot water!" Because it's weird. I've never had to do propane tanks before to have like. 'Cause I think the propane runs the fridge and the oven and the like the hot water, and all that. So it's uh, it's quite new and interesting. Plus I gotta flush all the water every 2 weeks. I gotta go down below and not it's all outside, I guess, just outside on the back of the mobile home. I have to empty out the black water and the white water or whatever it's called. And it's weird, I've never had to do that either. But it's kind of cool. Like it's like I said, it's almost like camping. And in the mornings it's all misty out there, and as I look across the field, it's just you can see deer running off into the distance. And today we saw like two red-tailed hawks in the air. I'm sorry, and they were like looking at something on the ground. like swirling around it, and they scared out some like these big ass vultures that were hanging out down below in the trees because the vultures were thinking that those guys were after them. My mom and I were watching all of this. It was so I was like, whoa, look at those birds. They were humongous. These big ass red tailed, I think they were red tailed hawks. I mean, or just brown eagles or something. I could not, they were pretty high. They were that, like super high up, but and also I'm not like I don't know a lot about birds, but I'm pretty sure that's what they were. Like, they weren't falcons. They were pretty big. They were hawks or eagles. I mean, what are the other, whatever the big ones are, anyways, and they were really pretty. But I feel sorry for whatever they were circling over. So it's really cool to live out here, and it's gonna make my imagination just go in different ways, and I'm really grateful for it. A little peace of mind. My own little place. Koji! You don't ever have to apologize to me, friend. Ever. Are you 16 yet? Last time I talked to you, I think you were still 15. I think. But yeah, you don't ever have to apologize to me. You just come back and say, what up? And then I go, what up? And then somebody in the other chat goes, what up? And then there's a deer outside eating a banana that I threw out there 3 days ago, and it's like, what up? So, it's all good. I just hope you've been good. Hope you've been happy. I hope you're happy. Oh, my day is going great. My day's been really, really interesting, but great. Okay, yeah, I know. I know you're 15. Don't ask me why or how I remember that shit. How I remember, like, and I remember you. I'm pretty sure you're from Australia, right? I was just like talking about the fact that and I have some people from Australia that know the ins and outs of the way the Antarctic people talk in their sleep. And finally, an Australian comes on to prove the truth. Absolutely, 1003%. Absolutely correct. Sort of. Yep. You should be. I have met. I have met nothing but cool. Wait. I have met no one but cool. How do you say that? I have only met cool Australians ever in my life. Whoa, the heat just came on. Cool. It really just takes its time. My little place is so cool. I'm so happy. It's like a studio apartment, but it's out in the country. It's a motorhome, so it's like a mini house. It's like a hobbit house. I wish I was smaller. I'm actually pretty small. But then I also have a shop outside that's my art studio. Once I get it ship shape, and that's where the router is and everything. So it has great Wi-Fi out there. So I want to set up, a little area out there, and so I can actually be on film or on camera, whatever. Sometimes, at least, because people want to see the artist. I think people want to see the person that they're hating. I mean, hanging out with. I am talking a lot. I think I'm trying to keep from getting too sad, so I'm distracting myself. I just keep thinking, keep talking, so I don't have to think about. Because it's always different moving into your own place, and for me, I always get sad just for a little bit, because I'm by myself now. Before I was with my aunt, and I missed my aunt. It was really fun living with her. And I don't know, I'm just weird. But I love living out here. It's really neat, so I hope everybody's doing good. And I'm probably gonna head out, but I did just want to stop by and just say hi. Sing you some songs. Sorry for the noise. But it is getting nice and warm in here now. But yeah, so far, I mean, uh, in the future, I'm gonna have a have a nice little setup out here and just be working on some gibberish. I hope everybody has a lovely evening. Koji, it was really nice to see you. I'm glad that you stopped by. Jordan, you are a scholar and a gentleman, my friend. I really appreciate your company. Um, Emily. Oh, I didn't see your first comment. I didn't even see your first comment, Emily. You're so sweet. Thank you so much. Um, Everybody, just be cool. Love y'all. Yeah, stop by anytime, Koji. I was 15 when my life changed, man. I ran away from my very overbearing father. He was still a cop at the time. He was at like Aikido class that night when I got on my bike and rode off into the darkness. But I was only 15 years old when I left him and stood up for myself, you know. So I hope whatever you're doing out there, and I hope you're keeping yourself happy and be true to yourself, man. That's all I have to say. Like I was saying earlier, it's the only freedom we have is to be ourselves, you know, to think for ourselves, and don't ever let nobody tell you how to think, and just be proud of who you are, you know. Just be a good person. So, anywho, I'm gonna get out of here so you can guys go support somebody else. I love the company. I appreciate it again, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Thank you. Bye bye. Bye bye. Oh gosh, why didn't I hit the right button? Oh, there it goes.